So we've got this issue, the beginning, place, or point of discourse, where we take like a circumpunct, we take a centralized point and we travel out of that point, right, away from that point, but we do it in steps, right? So we're talking about thought, a thought matrix. It's so ironic, is it not, that calling someone out for being parasitic, that is, using other people as an ATM machine, that once you highlight these individuals, which that is the issue, isn't it? Is that when we talk about individuals who claim themselves to be individuals under the art, under the techne, under the skill of self-proclaimed or self-entitlement, if it were, to say that they are released from the responsibility that ties into the master key system might be the wrong subject matter to bring up, but in the Master Key System by Charles F. Haanel, which is extremely Masonic. In fact, it's like masonry for dummies. It breaks down exactly what this indoctrination is about. But The Secret by, who was that, Rhonda Byrne, getting all that information from her father, well, that's essentially where she got it from. So it shows you the power of intention and the manifestation that occurs from that energy stream. So bringing this back to where we gave leave a moment ago, where we were discussing how somebody who isn't tied into being like the Master Key System, being a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, or any other title that's known through the area of skill set where you have something to offer, right? You have something to offer other people. You're not just a dead weight, or what's really popular these days is, from the conscientious moral objector, it's a useless eater. More people are going into that useless eater category than ever. And you're watching seniors thrown into that category. And I'm telling you, people, that this is getting as close to mass psychosis fanaticism than we've ever been. Some of you really see it, some of you don't. So when we call other people out, we're proclaiming themselves individuals. They must do it for the art. And then they're not ever showing children how to do the art. They're not taking on and mentoring people to show them how to build teardrop campers or any other skill set that they claim to have. It's an egocentric statement that provisionally only gives back to them when you look at the resources and you're going, didn't the state pay for those resources? Didn't a widow or a wife pay for those resources? Or didn't they pay for the resources that you required for food, nourishment, cell phone, all the other bills that unfortunately a human being, from a burdensome perspective, comes with, right? And some people just feel like dying old dinosaurs, and that's how we're supposed to feel. But to proclaim oneself as an individual under the guise of individuation and yet not earn that through merits, that's what really rubs people the wrong way, right? Where they never put in for a long stint or a long period of time. They never tried as hard as they could in a particular occupation, right? They never garnered and gained the needed certifications or degrees or title sets that allowed them to go into depth with the intricacies of a particular skill set, to where they now took on the responsibility and realized there is no one person. This is championing, again, when I use the term Promethean torch, it seems pretty abstract, but it really is like a decathlon. We're passing that torch on person by person, right? Until we get to that main, as a functional unit, we get to that main area that we were going toward all along, right? It doesn't seem like we're making that many victories, but I assure you we are, right? But people have health issues, they take a step back. People have issues, interpersonal relationship issues. People have financial issues. People have issues that aren't even mentioned here, where there's like what I have gotten into in many, many videos. And although it seems so mercurial and abstract, is outside influence or psychical influences and things that influence us that we're so busy in our lives that we don't even take time to see. And it's how we make our impressions on one another, right? And that has to be the key. That has to be the most important thing. We're not looking for heroes, but we are, whether we choose it or not, we are role models to one another, right? We're in this digital space. You subscribe to me, you unsubscribe to me, you subscribe to this person, or I subscribe to this person over here, I unsubscribe. It doesn't mean that we're not weighing the information within us and just trying to digest that. So a lot of channels that are based on truth, they're not very popular. People want to hear a cursory, broken down, materialistic, palatable view. But when it comes down to a jagged pill, a caustic effort where